As a yoga student, one of the concepts that they often talk about is the importance of a guru. I wondered if you could tell us from your own experience how that affected you and any insight you might give us about that.
This is always a very, kind of pertinent question, keeps coming in again and again. And especially in today's world, where one has become so disillusioned by gurus. There are a few important things we need to look at, and one of that comes to my mind right now is we get a kind of guru that reflects back to us where we're at. Yeah, the guru seems imperfect, and we blame the guru for being imperfect. But God, out of His infinite compassion, comes to us in that imperfect form so we can see our own self there. It's a bit of a stretch for most people to understand, because you think the guru must be perfect. Yes, the guru must be perfect. But let's think in a very ordinary way. For instance, a scientist or a budding scientist, just starting off school, he wants to become a great scientist of some sort. But he has to master a simple, ordinary 1 and 1 makes 2. Yeah? And from that, because if we were to have like an Einstein coming to lecture, unless Einstein was able to come and lecture at a very basic level, they wouldn't be able to understand. The enlightened masters appear. The enlightened master is so simple, so ordinary, that you cannot digest that. To you it must come with a burst of light around and clouds and singing angels, and then you will say, oh yes, he's enlightened masters. And so what we get as a result of such thinking is the gurus that we have think, okay, I have to make a presentation. I have to wear lots of mala beads, grow my hair, have a long beard, wear robes, and then the attention is caught by the public. Yeah, it's just a paraphernalia we see. But if the guru comes in his own natural state, that simple, ordinary human being, yeah, taking on the form of a human being, but really having that God consciousness, we will not be able to comprehend that. So whatever we're doing in our life is preparing ourselves to be able to recognize the guru. And this comes in many different steps. Spiritual life is many steps we're taking. For me, the guru has been, well, I grew up in a special culture where your mother and father and people around you are very special. Even our ordinary teacher in kindergarten is considered a guru, because they're bringing us a certain level of understanding. So we learn to have a very sacred relationship with our teachers. And this continues. And so everyone we meet who is a teacher to us, we train ourselves to see something special in them. We kind of bypass the ordinariness of that person. We try to see what is coming from inside of them. And so in this way we're training ourselves to see gurus all the time. We try to see God all the time in every situation. So from my childhood, I've had many gurus. And those gurus, having that relationship with the world around me as my guru, I was able in my moments alone, even as a child, to have that connection with divine personalities and gurus who were not in the body. And so I never went through this idea of searching for a guru. Yeah, as a child I had visions of Lord Hanuman, of the Divine Mother, of Krishna. They became like they were my world. Much like, your world is, the people around you. They were very real. So this idea of really longing for a guru was not there. But when I met Swami Vishnu, before I met him, I had this feeling I would like to have an embodiment, an actual personality, actual human being in this position, and that's when I met Swamiji. And so Swamiji became the center for my world as a guru in the human form. But for me, guru was always transcending that form. Guru was God, guru was what was behind it. So there was Swami Vishnudevananda, there was Swami Shivananda, and then behind that there were all the lineage, not just the Shivananda lineage, but a lineage that extended, that came around in a big circle, that filled up all the void of, you know, where the divinity was not present. So Guru has become almost everything for me. And before I met Swamiji, I had many, one of the personalities that really influenced me was Yogananda, Paramahamsa Yogananda. I had many visions of him. He was kind of leading me all along until I met Swamiji. And so I always feel there's a host of gurus behind me. But I always bring myself back to offer it all to Swami Shivananda as the one who's there, and it all goes to him. And then he's not just that personality, he's all these other gurus and masters and gods and goddesses. So I think the only advice I can give for this is that live your life in such a way that you're preparing yourself for awakening the Guru within you, so you can be able to recognize the Guru outside. And I do think the Guru outside is important as much as the Guru within you.